Bring the hands to the heart center. Close the eyes. Bring the attention inward. Nothing to do, nothing to seek. Everything we need is already within. Let's start with the sound of Om 3 times to attract divine attention. Imagine you're everywhere. Fix your mind on God alone. Rest your mind in God alone. And in God you will live hereafter. Of this there is no doubt. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering, and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we acquire a strong desire for the knowledge that brings us relief from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Let's do the mantra for purification 3 times to purify the space, the grounds, and all the psychic channels within. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Pantrikaksham Sabahya Pihantraha Sji. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Pantrikaksham Sabahya Pihantraha Sji. Om Pavitraha Pavitra Va Sawa Vashtanga Topi Va Yaha Smrit Pantrikaksham Sabahya Bhyantraha Sji. Good. Release. Let me just check one thing. Sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. All right. So now let's start off by charting body with the Earth's energy. Stand with your feet 10 inches apart. Bring the arms up with the palms facing in. Inhale, draw the Earth's energy right up through the soles of the feet, right up through the body. Holding at the fingertips, all the attention there. 2, 4, 5, 6. Exhale all the way back down to the soles of the feet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, visualize the Earth's energy moving all the way up through the body. Holding it all at the fingertips, suspend the breath. Exhale all the way back down. Feel the charge flushing right through the body. And last time, inhale, draw the energy right up through the body. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Holding at the fingertips. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Release the arms now, and let's continue some exercise to warm up the body. Watch the body moving by itself. Move the head in circles. Try to get the ears to touch the shoulders as the head moves around. And switch the direction of rotation. Good. And now from here, reach the arms up over the head. Interlace the fingers. Inhale, press up. Exhale, bend to the right. Inhale, come up again. Exhale, push hips out towards the left. Go to the right. Inhale, come up again. Try not to create wrinkles in the right side of the body. And up again. And fold. One more time. Reach up. And bend. Coming back up, reach up, go to the other side. And up again. Push the heels to your palms, stretch the side body and come up again. And lean and up. Lengthen the left side before going down so you don't get wrinkled in your waist area. And up. Last time. And then coming up. Good. Release the arms. And now, arms up over the head. Toss the body down. Last time. Just allow the body just hang out there. And roll your way up. Good. Cross your arms across the chest. Throw the arms back. Alternate the cross each time. And release. Stack the forearms on top of one another. Bend the knees a little bit. And we're going to twist from side to side while doing Kapalabhati. And release. Next one. Lion's breath 8 times. Coming up, shake out the wrists, fling the fingers from side to side as fast as you can, and then up and down, and release, and then press the right base of the toes into the mat, press down to the hips, and then circle, and then just really try to get into the hip here as you circle the ankle around, and then switch the directions. Really get into the hip joint. The other foot, left foot presses down, and just try to push the hip right up as the ankle rolls to the outside. And back in, really drop the hip down. Good, and release. Now come to the top of the mat, hands to the heart. Remembering to offer up the practice, for better than knowledge and even better than meditation is to renounce all the fruits of our actions. Do the practice as though it were your divine duty to all beings. Imagine moving together with yogis everywhere. Shiva Namaskar, reach the arms up and back. Fold down over the legs. Right foot back into lunge, sink down through the seat. Come into high plank. Lower the knees, bring the seat all the way back behind the heels. Glide forward between the arms. Pull back into Shavasana. Right foot steps forward to the hands, sink down to the seat. Feet together, fold the body in towards the legs. Come all the way up. Return home. And up again. Come down, fold the body in half. Left foot back into a lunge, into high plank, lower the knees, bring the seat behind the heels. Come forward again into your cobra. Right back, Shavasana. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, pull the body towards the thighs, head down. Come all the way up to standing. Return. Reach up and back. Go down, moving according to your condition as always. Right foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Lower down the knees, bring the seat all the way back. 3 times. Glide forward. Pull the body up between your arms. Come all the way back. Again, brush your nose to the ground as you come forward. Bring your chest forward, bring your head back. All the way back. Seat behind the heels. One last time. Come forward. Back into Urdhva Danurasana. Melt the heart. Then a right foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, bow to the legs. Come up and back. Return home. And again. Fold the body down onto the thighs. Left foot back into a lunge. Into the plank. Lower the knees, seat all the way back. Come forward. Glide smoothly between the arms. All the way back. Lose yourself in the sensations. And all the way back. One last time. Come forward. Bring the head all the way back. Back into Urdhva Danurasana. Left foot steps forward to the hands. Feet together, bowing humbly. Come up. Return. Adding on. Reach the arms up and back. Come forward and down. Bend the knees, chest on your thighs. Join the hands behind the back. Inhale, pull the chest forward, legs in the spine. Exhale, go even further as you bring the head down towards the ground, the arms over the head. Seat is all the way up, Uttanasana. And now release the hands, right foot back into lunge, lower the back knee, lower the hips. Kapayasana, raise your arms up over the head, pull the body up by the hips. And then come back down into the plank, Shiva Namaskar. Come forward, Cobra. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right foot softly steps between the hands. Kapayasana again. Reach the arms up over the head. Arch the back. And then bring the hands back down. Bring the feet together. Chest on the thighs. Join the hands. Inhale, extend. Exhale, fold. Dive deeply. And release the hands. Bring them up over the head. Return home. And again, arch back. Come down. Every movement reflects humility, surrender to the highest self. Extend the arms back, head forward, exhale, head right down, seat up, Uttanasana. And then hands down, left foot back, lower the knee, reach the arms up and back, Kapayasana. And then come down. Softly into high plank, lower down. Pull through, Bhujangasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then left foot steps forward, sink the seat, reach up and back, Kapayasana. And then bring the hands back down. Feet together, chest on your thighs, again, legs in the spine. Exhale, dive down. Come all the way up to standing. Return home. Another variation. Reach up, hips forward, stretch the whole front of the body. Come all the way down. Hands plant down. Now really push into the ground as though you're pushing into the hands of Mother Earth. Come up 3 times. Lift up the seat, over the wrists, land lightly. Keep the arms straight. Gaze right into the core of the earth. The 4th time, extend the legs, back into Chaturanga. And then come right through into upward facing dog. Now press into the tops of the feet, the hands. Pull the chest forward and straight up. Imagine you're howling at the moon like the dog. And back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Here, just see if you can lower the arms, flatten out the arms a little bit, try to get the top of the head to the ground. If you can, maybe try to get the back of the head to the ground. Stretch the back of the neck, belly towards the thighs. Then lift the heels, bend the knees, push into your hands, walk your toes a little bit closer if you need to. Come up 3 times. Push through the base of the fingers, the finger pads, and float up.
And then the last time, the fourth time, just jump your feet to the hands. Fold the body in towards the legs. Inhale, come all the way up. Return. And again. Arch back. Fold down. Now stay strong for the arms. Externally rotate the arms, the eyes, the elbows are facing forward, and then come up 3 times. Push through the base of the fingers and the finger pads and the heels of the palms. Watch the body moving by itself. And then extend the legs back into Chaturanga. Once again, right through into upward facing dog. Pull the shoulders back. Try to realize the form to the fullest extent. A dog howling at the moon. And then pull back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make like a dog stretching its back. Exhibit the loyalty of the dog by bringing the head right down. And then lift the heels, bend the knees. Again, see if you can come up 3 times. Push off the roots of your toes. Get a little bit of momentum by bending your knees before you launch. And then bring your feet to the hands the 4th time. Fold the body right down onto the legs. Come all the way up to standing. Return home. 2 more times on your own. Move gracefully. Watch the body moving. No repetitions needed, just flow from one movement to the other like you're doing a dance. Bury your mind deep in heart. Watch the body move with even more steadiness and ease. Oops. Good. Once you return home, breathe in. Exhale. Remove all attachments to the results, all expectations. Let's continue with Shiva Namaskar. Think about just removing all the obstacles that prevent you from fully embracing your practice and your potentiality. Reach the arms up and back. Fold down. Now from here, Uttanasana. You can take all your opposite elbows behind the knees, pull your body down against the legs, down the legs. Imagine trying to get your chest below the knees and the top of the head to rest right on top of the feet. Push the body against the legs. Good, now place your hands down in front of the feet, lift up and back into Chaturanga. Zoom into upward facing dog. Stretch the front of the body. Right back into downward facing dog. Pay equal attention to each form. Embody the characteristics of each being that you represent. Left foot forward now, back knee down. Kapiyasana, but first prepare by bringing your hands on the seat. Pull the elbows back. Use the hands to just mold the lower body. Pull the tailbone down and under. Press the rib basket up away from the hips. Feel as though you're folding it back in half at the spine. And then bring the arms up over the head. Kapiyasana, the index fingers fall on the same line as your arms. Arms straight. look deeper. See if you can get your index fingers over the back toe. Option to come into swan here. Pick up the right foot, bring it to the crook of the arm, left arm up, join the hands. And see if you can straighten out the arms a little bit more by pressing the foot into the inner arm. Open up the chest to the front. Now release, unhook the foot, bring the left foot out a little bit to the left. Come down for lizard. Push back and forth off the toes. Glide forward and back until you get your hips to sink as low as you can. Then press back through the left heel. Lower the right forearm down. Maybe the left forearm comes down as well. If you want, you can lie on your chest if it comes all the way down. Keep pressing back through the right heel. Take other variations if you like. You can pull the left arm around the outside the leg, slip it in between the body and the thigh, and join your hands over the back if that's accessible. Good. Now come back onto the hands. From here, right back into plank and down into Chaturanga, through into upward facing dog. Open up through the chest, bring the head back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart in every sense of the word. And then the right foot steps to the hands, back knee down. Again, inhale, come upright. Exhale, drop the seat as low as you can. And pull the tailbone down as you push the chest up. Belly button forward, head back. Sweep the arms out to the side, together for Kapiyasana. Reach back, try to get the arms behind the ears. Make like a shape of crescent moon. Go further as depending on your flexibility and your practice. And come into swan as an option. You can take this very modification if you need. Just bring your left hand, slip it down towards a foot. Keep your body arched, or take the full swan. Now think about the neck of a swan. Beautiful, soft curve. Make your arms like the swan's neck. And your body, the rest of your body as well. Smooth, graceful lines. Beautiful. And release. Come back, facing forward. Right foot moves out to the long edge of the mat. Again, greet back and forth. Imagine you have weights in your hip pockets. They're pulling you down towards the ground. Feel heavy through the hips. And when you're ready, settle into the pose. Left forearm down, perhaps, maybe the right forearm, maybe even the chest. So if you want to take a bind here, you pull the right arm around the outside, slip it underneath the knee, over the back. The hand comes the inside of the thigh, and then you join your hands over the back. Now getting ready to release. Come back onto the hands, push back into plank, and then Chaturanga. Inhale through into upward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe in, breathe out. Left foot steps forward. Virabhadrasana 1. Reach the arms up. Take on a consciousness of the mighty warrior. Express abject surrender to service. Complete devotion to the people that you serve. Pull body up. Toppling tree. Join the hands behind the back. Bring weight into the front foot so you can raise the back leg up. Bring the belly against the thigh, reach the hands over the head, and then start to lift the chest a little bit more. Good. Heart curve, nice curved body here, foot higher than the head. Then release the hands, drop the left fingertips down on the ground in front of the left foot, the thumb roughly in line with your little toe. Open up to the right for Adetendrasana. Keep the side body long. Now option here, reach around, take hold of the right foot, bind it. Pull the right shoulder back. Gaze over the top shoulder. Pull the foot away from the head. And from here, look down in front. Keep your left hip high, bring the left hand to the heart. Gaze forward, keep the left leg strong. Then from here, release gracefully. Yoga Nidra 2. Shoulders, arms in the same line. Now move onto the ball of back foot, turn forward, right arm up, Parivita Badakanasana. Bring the right arm right to the outside of the leg, armpit anchoring the leg in place. You can keep your hands in Anjali Mudra if you like, or left arm goes over the back, bind your hands underneath your belly. Push back through that right heel. Turn the chest upwards. Modify by bringing your right knee down if you need to. Now option here to step the right foot in beside your left. Take a half breath in, come into standing twist. So you can lift your left leg up and extend the leg forward. Drop the left hip. Again, you can release the bind if it's too much. Take hold of the right foot, left foot with the right hand, and the left arm goes back like this. That's another option. Okay, so whichever variation is suitable for your condition. Now, release. Soften the bind a little bit so you can bring your left foot down, right back into Warrior 2. And then join the hands behind the back. Pull the hands down. Inhale, bring the head all the way back, chest up. Humble Warrior, dive down. Top of the head coming towards the ground, arms over the head. Sink through the seat. Express humbleness, humility, complete humility. And then release the hands here. Take your left shoulder in behind the knee. So you can stay here if you like, or Viswamitrasana, allow the left leg to sit on the arm. Pull the left leg out over the arm. Right shoulder back. From here, release the right hand to the ground, hips forward here. Come back into Chaturanga or bring your legs right up. Badakanasana. Right back down into Chaturanga. Through into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And then the right foot steps forward to the hands. Virabhadrasana 1 again. Raise your arms up over the head. Be mighty, be strong, be confident and powerful. Getting ready for toppling tree. Join the hands behind the back. Bring the weight into the front foot. Drag your left foot in as much as you need to so that you can raise your leg up. Smooth transitions. Good. Feels, oh God was a witness watching So you want to make the expressions of the pose as beautiful as possible. Now release the hands, drop the right fingertips down on the ground, coming into finger stand. Open up to the left for Adetendrasana. Try to raise the left leg up a little bit higher. Keep the underside of the body long. Then bend the knee if you like. Take hold of the foot. Push the foot away from the body, the seat. Look over your left shoulder. And then look forward if you like. Keep your right hip high, the right leg strong. So you can take the right hand to the chest, to the heart. And from here, release the foot into Warrior Two. Now I'll transition to go into Badakanasana. Turn forward, left arm up. Go to the outside of the right leg. And take your position with your hands, Anjali Mudra, or wrap the right arm around the body for the bind. Join hands underneath the belly. Right hip moves back, head forward, and then roll a little bit deeper into the pose. Tug on the right arm with your left hand. And here, look forward. Stay there, or step your left foot forward to meet the right. Come up into standing twist. Take a half breath in. Sometimes helps to come up steadily. And then extend the right leg forward. Drop the hip. Look behind if you have good balance. And release. Loosen the bind a little bit so you can step your left foot, the right foot down, left foot back. Virabhadrasana again. Now take your hands behind the back, lift the chest, bring the head back, pull hands down, humble warriors. Go a little bit to the left so your shoulder doesn't get caught on the knee on the way down. Forehead down. And so, this with the head down, it's as though you're expressing complete surrender to the highest self. Good. And release. Take your hands down to the ground. See if you can move your right shoulder in behind the knee and press against the back knee to get anchored in place, if you like, so that you can do your Visvamitrasana. Your right leg sits on the arm, and you pull the right leg out. You can bind the foot if you can, or just allow the arm to come up straight. And from here, place your hands down. Kundinasana, Badakanasana. Back into Chaturanga, and from here, push right up into plank. Now we're coming into Vasisthasana. Move your hips back, left hand more to the center of the mat, in front of the nose, and come into your side plank, hips up. And you go further, slide your right toes back a little bit alongside the left knee. Turn your hips and chest up, make sure you're strong for the left hand. Left foot is flat on the ground, so you can take the right knee up. If you have flexibility, extend the leg and take the foot up. Stretch, open up extend the leg. Open up to the side a little bit. If you have stability. And then release. Back down the same way as you entered. Smoothly. Go to the other side from here. Right hand steps in front of the nose. Come into your Vasisthasana and then continue. Slide your left toes back. Feel as though you're doing Urdhva Danurasana with your hips high as possible. Keep your left arm fully extended so you don't fall into the shoulder. And then take your foot if you like, if you have flexibility. Move according to your conditions. And release. Back down. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now the left knee comes forward to the wrist for pigeon. Slide your right toes back a little bit more. Once you land your seat, place your hands on the seat. Pull down again, the same thing as we did with your Kapiyasana. Push the bird basket up, curve the spine like a C shape. Bring the head all the way back. If you want, you can probably bring your right foot towards the head. Maybe your foot will find the head. Getting ready to come down, prone pigeon. Push through the keep the seat rooted. Inhale, lengthen the front of the body, and then come down. Come down to your extent. You can stay higher on your hands or on the forearms if you like, or you can reach all the way forward, forehead down. Trying to get the arms, the chest flat on the ground. Pull the left hip back a little bit so that the left side body is not shorter than the right side. Now coming back, hands in front of the front leg. Step back into Chaturanga. Through into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out, soften. Good. Lower the forearms down on the ground just for fun. Bring the toes in towards the elbows. And then come right onto your tippy toes. Try to get your seat right over your elbows and your shoulders. Drop the heels back down. Inhale, lift right back up. So if you're flexible, maybe your belly will come right against the thighs. And again, lift up right on the tippy toes, most of the weight on the forearms. And then down. And then come back, walk back into your downward facing dog. And then the right knee comes to the wrist. Anchor down through the hips, hands to the seat, pull the elbows back as though you're trying to get them to meet behind the back. Bring the head all the way back. Use your hands to push the rib basket up away from the hips. Try not to get all sorts of wrinkles in the back body. And again, if you want to bring the left foot up towards the head, if it doesn't quite make it, you can use your hand to help to direct the foot a little bit better. And then lower the leg down, feels up. Reset the hips so they're square. Come down into your pigeon, prone pigeon. Whatever form you're in, keep thinking, I am you, you are me. I am that I am. All divine manifestations of God. Love them all. Now, slide your hands back and then come into Chaturanga. Right through the arms into upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe in, breathe out. Lower the forearms down again. Walk the feet towards the elbows, lift one leg up, the left leg, push your base and toes, keep the heel close to the seat. And again, see if you can lift up, right up off the heel, right onto your tippy toes. And then perhaps you can even float up. If you find a balance, go ahead into your forearm balance. Keep your legs close to the body so that to make yourself compact, it's easier to come up. Coming back down, try it on launching yourself from the other foot. Raise your right leg up, keep the heel close to the seat, bend the toes back, keep your glute muscles engaged. And again, lift up the heel, try to get buoyant. Push off with your toes, a little bend in the knee, soften before you come up, perhaps. And then you might be able to come up a little bit more easily. Push through the forearms. And then back down. Back into downward facing dog. Getting ready to come forward to the hands. Bring your feet to the hands, hopping or walking. Fold the body in towards the legs. Uttanasana again. Whatever variation you like. Pull the body right in tight against the legs. Bend your knees if you need to keep your body connected to your thighs. And we're going to come all the way up to standing. Back home. Pranayama. From the heart space, inhale up to the space between the eyebrows. Exhale back down to the heart space. Remain established in divinity, in your own divinity. And release. Standing head to knee pose. So, standing with, coming down to a little bit of a squat here. Going to raise the right knee up to the chest. Hold on to the heel if you can. And to extend the leg forward, you have to pull the hips back. You don't have to bring the leg up super high, it just has to be on the same line as the hip. Imagine you're resting on a table. And then pull the body down onto your leg. If you can, your gaze is down. You might be able to get your chin to the shin. Modify if you need to by just keeping your heel down under the knee. And release, step down, push your hands into the tops of the hips and extend your spine. Reach out to the top of the head, make your body as flat as possible. So you can curve your spine a little bit, pull the shoulders back, but keep your spine long. And from here, roll up. And then start again. So this pose is a real test of the stamina and the determination. Bend your knees, take hold of your left heel, and then you can take hold of your ankles, that's easier. Extend the leg out in front. Pull the hips back, or really grip through the edges of the feet, the toes, and the base of the toes. Try to get your back to flatten out on a leg. To flatten out, so your belly's on the leg, I should say. And release. Come down. Again, hands to the tops of your thighs. And push the seat back, the head forward. Shoulders back. Lengthen. Take all the tension out of the lower back. Stretching it out. And then from here, tuck the chin in and roll your way up. Good. We're going to try another pose. It's not a sequence, but it's another pose that we can try. So you can take your hands to the seat or in front of the chest. We're coming into a straight line, but you're on our back. So you bring your right knee up, lean back as much as you can, and bring your right leg out. Front gaze beyond your toes. Keep your hands at the chest or take your arms out to the side. And release. Good. Try again on your right foot. Take a moment here to just close your eyes, visualize yourself in the pose, holding with complete ease. And see if this translates into the body when you do the pose. If it doesn't, remain unconcerned, just do your best. Again, you can tap your hands on the seat. Sometimes it's easier to start this way. Bring the knee up and then forward. You can keep your hands there if you need to support, or bring your hands to your chest. Eventually out to the side. And release. Good. And now come down onto your back. Shavasana for a moment. Breathe in. Exhale, remove all fatigue. Imagine you're fainting. And then come to seated position, arms over the head. Sit up. Badakanasana. So lean to the right. Fold the left leg back if you can. If it's not if it's too hard on your knee, you can keep your leg extended by all means. Okay, now we're going to take the right knee up into the shoulder. Prepare by bringing your knee against the shoulder, sitting up straight, and you can keep your heel on the same line as the knee, or if you're more flexible, Pranayama, extend your leg up, pull the leg towards the head. Try not to slouch forward so you can touch, so you can get your nose to meet the shin. Just do what you can. Think of the long lines of the hair and all throughout the body, the wings, the beak, the neck, the legs, and then try to bring that same length into your body to express the pose. Imagine you're the heron. Now, getting ready to get your foot into your lotus, lean back, and then bring the foot across the front of the body so the heel comes down close to where it has to go in the hip crease. And if there's no resistance, just tuck your foot into the hip crease. Your knees can be closer together so that your knee can come flat on the ground. Now lean towards the right, the belly over the right thigh, roll the head and the shoulder forward, bring the arm around the back, and see if you can take the foot, the toes, or if you're more flexible, take hold of the heel. Left hand's the outside of the right knee. You can step on the palm down if you like on the ground, with your knee on the hand, back of the hand. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale. Turn to the right. Make sure the left side of the seat doesn't uproot. And then release. And then go on the other side. So take your legs out, shake them out. I'll do it facing this way. This time the right knee folds back if that's comfortable, modify as you need to. Left knee comes in towards the shoulder. Bring the foot right out in front, sit tall, and maybe bring the leg right up. Imagine trying to get your chest to come higher than the knee. Push to the base of the toes. Shoulders down, but the back stays long and straight. And then we bend the knee, lean back a little bit so that when you bring your foot across to the right, it comes close to where it has to go. Tuck it into your hip if you can for your lotus, or modify, bring the heel down just in front, the heel in the root. Go into your twist, left arm comes around the back. Take hold of the left foot. You can press your hand down with your knee, or just press the back of the fist against the knee. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the left. Keep the chest open. And release. Coming back. Release the feet. Or you can try this entry into headstand if you like. If you have a comfortable lotus, bring the left foot in. Sorry, the right foot, I guess, would be coming in. And then you come onto your knees, hands down. Place the top of the head down. And then you have to lean to one side quite a bit. Move your hand as you need to get your shin to sit on the top of the left arm or the other arm, and then bring the other knee up by pushing into your hands and bring your knees up. Otherwise, you just go into your headstand the normal way. And then if you have a lotus, you can come into your lotus. Now stay steady here. If you want to move your arms, forearms onto the ground beside your head, go ahead. Now again, leave the body alone once you find the pose. So, I am you, you are me, I am that I am. Consciousness runs through every being. Tap into it. One with all beings, one with God. You can practice coming up off one hand if you like. So bring one hand, let's say the right hand forward in tripod. Try to lift one finger up at a time so you're just on the index finger of that right hand, and then your left arm stays rooted to the ground. And you can maybe take your hand up off the ground completely. You have to bring your knees back a little bit. Try it on the other arm. If you did on one hand, try the other hand now. Knees back, hips in line with the shoulders. If you want, bring both hands in tripod now. Hands flat. If you have your lotus, land your legs on your arms, or if your legs are straight, land in crow pose. Push into your hands. You can lift your head up off the ground. And from here, come back down. Lie on your back. Shavasana. For a moment. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Relax. Next pose. Shavasana. So getting ready. Perhaps easier to lift your legs and bring them back over your head first for plow pose. Then move your arms behind your back, join the hands together, wrists together. Slide your feet way back as far as you can behind your head. And bring your hands to your back, elbows behind your back. And then you can lift up your legs. If you have a lotus, take a lotus. If you're on the very top of your shoulders, you might be able to get your hands onto your thighs as well. Push your knees up so they're higher than the hips. Now again, enter into your meditation. Bring the mind into quiet space, concentration at the space between the eyebrows. The again, phased by all distractions. And then come into Pindasana if you have your lotus, or Shavasana again. Option also to drop your thighs against the body and the knees on either side of the head for Karna Pindasana. Withdraw from your senses. Go deeper within. Again, ready to come out into onto your back. So keep your legs close to your body, or your lotus close to your body as you come down. No fast, hard landings. No jerky movements. Make your way into fish from here. If you have your lotus, keep your lotus. Push into the elbows, lift your chest. Bring the head to the ground, top of the head, and then see if you can take hold of your feet. Pull them tight, tightly, so you can bring your knees down and your elbows down. Push the chest up as high as you can. And from here, Bhastrika breath. And release. Release the legs. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale, remove all fatigue. So, from here, let's come into seated position. All right, let's work on our forearm balance again. Maybe working towards scorpion. Remember to pull your elbows in a little bit closer than these shoulders. Thumbs crossed, and your other fingers wide. Try not to have your elbows come too far away from one another, because they'll just keep slipping out and you lose the endurance. Lift one leg up. Let's see if you can press up, one foot at a time. One leg forward, one leg back is the easiest way to come into pose. And remain balanced. Eventually you can take your other foot up to meet the other one. Push the feet way forward ahead of you, trying to go into scorpion. Bring the head forward. Press one foot into the other. And then feel as though you had weights attached to your toes, like fruit hanging from a tree. And then eventually you might be able to get your feet to the head. Maybe even behind your head. It. Give it a couple more tries. That's it. Good. Nice. Point the toes, Andrew. Good. Oh, nice, friend. All right, come down into child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax. And then roll your way up. Come onto your seats. Make your way into Urdhva Danurasana from here. Of course, if you're more flexible, you can do it from standing. So, according to your practice, go ahead. You know how to come up if you're doing your normal Urdhva Danurasana. Come onto your back, fingers beside your head. Take a half breath in and push your head up off the ground. If If you're doing it from standing, walk your feet a little bit further apart. Coming into your easy Chakasana, hips forward, knees over the toes to get yourself lower to the ground. Push into the knees, and when you can see your ground easily, then you'll be able to take one arm over the head and then touch your hands down. Move according to your condition. Once you're in the pose, be strong and formidable. Try to walk your hands towards your feet to make the back arch more pronounced. Be very flexible. So you might be able to take your ankles, wheel pose. Full Chakasana. Then come back down, or if you want, you can come back up to standing, depending on your abilities again. Take a moment to rest, either standing or on your back. Breathe in, breathe out. If you're in mountain pose, imagine you're strong and unshakable like a mountain, unmovable like a mountain. Good. Now, if you're on your back, come to standing. All right, we're going to coming into stork pose now. So your feet are just a little bit more in hip width apart. Come down into a half squat, your belly between your legs, and then sweep your arms down around the outside and thread them between the legs. So you're pressing against the inner shins. You can stay here if you need to, if this is where your limit is, or lift your seat, bring your head down, slide your hands down, so your arms down so they're lower than the knees, and then tuck your chin in. See if you can bring your hands to cup the ears. Eventually you might be able to palm your way back and interlace your fingers behind the head. And then stretch the back and neck by pulling the head on the head so it comes further in between your legs. Very flexible. You try to get your heels, your palms together, and your hands come together like the beak of a stork behind the head. And then release. Bring your hands down. Walk your hands forward. Come down onto your knees. Okay, so from here, we're in a good position to try Peacock Pose. So turn your fingers so they're facing back. Your wrists come close together. Remember to hug in towards the belly, soften the belly so your body can sink into the arms. Okay, if try to get your elbows the same beside your belly button. And then you pull your legs forward as much as your chest forward as much as you can, so most of your body weight is forward. And then you see if you can lift your legs up. It might be easier to bring your feet in Badakanasana or in lotus. So you can try those versions as well. Bring your inner edges of your feet together. Come forward. Then you have less weight to lift. You just push your knees up. Good. So you do this so your body's forward so that you don't have as much tension on your wrists. Your angle of your wrists is not too much. Good. And then release. Come back into child's pose, rest. Breathe in. Breathe out. Soften. And roll your way up. Adetendrasana. Come onto your seat. Your left leg folded in front, your right foot on the outside of the left knee. legs like this. If it's too much for your left leg to stay bent like that, extend your leg again, move your foot a little bit forward towards the ankle. Modification here, right? I'll do it like this for the first time. Left arm up, and then press your forearm against the outer right thigh. Inhale, push lower back in. Exhale, you want to try to move your knee way beyond the left edge of the body, so you're not obstructing the abdomen. And turn towards the right. Keep your shoulders back so your chest stays wide. Some of you might know other variations like binds. You can slip your arm underneath the knee and bind behind the back. If your leg is folded, whoops. Look like this, or with the bind. Stay tall. Turn towards the front. Release. Tighten your legs a little bit. Press your hands down and lift up the seat. Edges of the feet press, outer edges of the feet pressing down. And just walk around. Spin on your feet and your hands. Keep your traveling in the same place, your feet, until you're facing forward again. Lower the seat again. Your other knee is up this time. And modify as you need to. Right arm up, and then go to the left. Take a bind as you see fit if you like, or just press your forearm against the left thigh. Keep the back straight. And release. Good. Now, we're going to lie on our back for Shavasana. Make your way down to the Shavasana first, followed by the pranayama meditation. Now, repeat to yourself the following sentence 3 times in order to prepare mentally for the practice. I will remain awake and alert during the instructions. Now imagine the best of the best that is about to happen, inviting in all the benefits into the body through the act of surrendering to them, mentally, physically, emotionally. Bring your attention first to the left hand. Suggest to it to relax completely. Fingers fall limp. Back of the hand completely relaxed. And the palm of the hand as well. No tension whatsoever. Allowing the hand to flop. The wrist loose and flimsy. So it could barely hold up the weight of the hand.
Bring now the attention to the left arm, starting at the wrist. Start to release all the muscles along the arm. Starting with the lower arm muscles, relax them, make them feel like jello. Moving up through the arm, feeling them go soft. So they're just hanging from the bones, they're completely useless in function. Just extra weight on the arms, on the bones. The arm feels heavy now as a result, the whole arm right up to the shoulder. Relax now the shoulder joint, the head of the shoulder, relaxed, no tension, no tightness. Just allow it to just fall heavily. And then from the top of the shoulder, the top of the back, start to make the whole left side of the back relax. Feel as though, like you see ink coloring the water when you inject a pen in the water. All the heaviness just start to creep its way all throughout the shoulder blade region, all the way down to the very bottom tip of the shoulder blades, and continuing down the back so that the whole left side of the back sinks into the ground. The side body heavy as well. The lower back just melting into the ground below that supports it, fusing with it. And feel that heaviness start to come into the pelvic region, the hip joint. Imagine it is heavy as lead. All the heaviness just starts to pool in the seat, so the seat is heavy as well, like a concrete block. Then it continues to move down the leg. Feel as though there were lead injected right into the veins, so the left thigh becomes very heavy. And it keeps on moving down past the knee into the lower leg. The lower leg also becomes heavy. And the whole leg becomes so incredibly heavy that there's no possibility of moving it. Completely anchored down, solid, permanent fixture. And then to the foot, the left foot. Like the hand, suggest to it to relax. So the foot, the bottom of the foot and the heel becomes soft, the ankle joint loose. The front of the foot or the top of the foot completely relaxed. The whole foot heavy, just falling outwards. The toes completely relaxed and drooping. Now the whole left side, the body still. Let's move now to the right side and relax in the same way systematically. Let's start with the right hand. Send a command to the hand to just relax. The fingers go limp, back of the hand, heavy. The palm soft, without any tightness there anywhere in the hand. The wrist completely loose, inactive. And from the wrist, take your attention to the arm. And all your concentration now is to relax that left arm. Starting at the lower arm, feel the muscles just as though they were disintegrating, just becoming like jello. And keep on releasing those muscles as you go up through the arm to the shoulder. Again, they feel like they're just the muscles and the skin just hanging off the bones. No other purpose except to just add more weight to the arm to make it feel like dead weight. Allow the right arm to be completely inactive and heavy. The shoulder joint as well. The whole head of the shoulder loose. Remove all tightness. Just allow it to just rest heavily on the ground. And then starting at the top of the right side of the back. Feel again the whole right side of the back becoming very heavy. Get a visualization of that ink coloring the water, or maybe even paint just dripping down, coating the wall, and with it, that smooth descent of the paint down the wall. The whole body sinks with it heavily. Moving down the whole right side of the back, the side body. Now the lower back, the front of the body just caving in and falling with the back deeper and deeper, sinking into the ground. The right hip joint loose, no tension. Becoming heavier and heavier as though it were made of lead or iron. And all the heaviness, just like all that paint that came down the wall, just settling into the seat and making it heavy as well, anchoring down the body. You continue to move the heaviness down through the right leg, starting with the thigh. Feeling the thigh getting extremely heavy. And then continuing downward past the knee and into the lower leg. Until eventually the whole leg is consumed with heaviness. And it too becomes just like a permanent fixture on the ground, unmovable, completely still and solid. The right foot, relax the whole foot, the heel and the bottom of the foot soften. All the tension removed. The top of the foot relaxed, no tightness. The toes as well, relaxed. The foot also becomes heavy and just falls out to the side. Now from the neck down, the arms and the limbs all dead-like, heavy. Now let's work on the inside of the body to quiet it down as well. Bring your attention back to the torso, where all the organs lie. Left lung, heavy, sinking with its own weight, sagging, unable to even keep up with its activity. It's become so heavy. Right lung as well, sagging from its weight. The heart slows down so it can barely even pump the blood through the body. Just comes to almost standstill. The diaphragm, kidneys, liver, stomach, intestines. Everything becomes still, all the rest of the organs as well, to bring the body into a complete, almost dead-like state. It is so still. The inner workings of the body barely existent. Now the head, back of the head pressing into the ground, feeling its weight on the ground, its heaviness. And the scalp is soft, all the features of the face softened as well, forehead relaxed, no signs of tension anywhere. The eyes gazing into the back of the eyelids from within, no squinting, no straining of the eyes. Eyes and the cheeks and the nose inactive, just soft. The tongue resting in its bed, the mouth, the lips relaxed, not tightly pressing together, just relaxed in a soft smile perhaps. And the jaws relaxed, no tension, no grinding or clenching of the jaw or the teeth. The throat as a result is relaxed, the neck as well. Remove all tension. And then direct your attention to the brain within, sitting in the head, inside of the head. And notice how it has become quiet as well as a result of not having to deal with the body's functioning. The body has become quiet. So the mind as a result come into a less restless state. Just watch the body there in its stillness, getting heavier and heavier. So heavy it just sinks into the ground. Eventually just swallowed up by the earth. Just watch it just sinking in like it just sunk in, got swallowed by quicksand. Out of sight, out of the awareness, out of consciousness. You are not the body, nor the mind, nor the emotions anyways. So let go of the attachment to the body. Once again, imagine you're the witness. Just watch the body disappear and have no concern about it. Now, create in your mind, in your imagination, a little movie in your mind. A great rainstorm, a tempest. The wind so strong it blows the rain sideways, blinding. The rain beating down so heavily, with such force, that the raindrops hit the earth. They create a big splash, and all those raindrops together landing at the same time is quite a sight. The rain coming down like sheets, the wind still madly howling. But with the violence of this storm, though it may seem violent and terrible, has an effect too of cleansing. So strong is the force of that rain that just washes the earth clean of all its debris, all the dust and the dirt swept away. And all the lightning has an effect on the growth of the trees, of the grass, of the flowers. It produces energy, the nutrients to the earth, so that when the rain eventually stops, when the sun comes out, the earth has the benefit of all those nutrients that sunk into the ground and all that moisture. And so then you get this glorious growth, new life everywhere. The rebirth of this spring, the birth of everything, representative rebirth. Revel in the beauty of all that new growth, new life. The animals once again coming out of hibernation. Everything back. Everything is young again and new again and brilliant and energetic again. So with behind every dark cloud, there is always that proverbial silver lining. There's always something that good comes out of everything. Just like our experiences, whether it be painful or pleasant, they bring us knowledge that we need to help us to cope with our pain and suffering, to give us the knowledge that we need to break those patterns that cause the pain and suffering. So embrace all the experiences. Be accepting of all of them. And be grateful for all of those opportunities that they bring you. So ingrain in your mind that intention by repeating to yourself the following sentence 3 times. I remain grateful for all experiences and I embrace all situations. Now, start to prepare to come back for that body, like the plants and trees that have grown out of the earth. The body re-emerges and reconnect now with the body. Start to feel it awaken, and in the most gentle way possible, with the utmost reverence and mindfulness and quietness, prepare to sit back up. Move in a way that doesn't disturb the tranquility that we created through the practice. Do some pranayama now. Let's do alternate nostril breathing with breath retention of the rhythm. 3, 12, 6. 3 on the inhale, 12 on the breath retention, 6 on the exhale. Breathing in through the active side, close the nose, both sides, hold the breath, apply the throat lock and a root lock, third eye tension. And then exhale through the last active side, inhale through the last active. Again, hold both sides of the nose closed, attention to the third eye, exhale back through the active side. That's one cycle. Left hand in Yana Mudra and resting on the left knee, right hand, second, third fingers fold down. Vishnu Mudra, turn the palm towards you to use it, and it becomes the pranayama mudra. So find the active nostril first, block off the right side with the thumb, and then breathe out a couple of times. And then do the same with the left side. So close off the left nostril with the right ring finger. See which side feels more open. Mine happens to be the left side. If it feels the same on both sides, default to the left for the active side. So sitting up tall and straight. Get the hand ready, close to the nose to prepare. Exhale out completely, empty the lungs. Then close off the less active side. Inhale for the active. 2, 3. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the less active side. Release the locks. 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active side. Fully. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Close both sides of the nose. Contract the root muscles. Pull them up towards the navel. Chin on the chest. Chest is high. Exhale through the active side. Release the locks. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the active side. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Attention at the third eye. Throat lock, root lock. Tongue behind the teeth to the upper palate. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the less active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active. 3. Hold the breath. Chin on the chest. Remain in tension in your locks, in your root and your throat. 10, 11, 12. Exhale through the active side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the active. 2, 3. Hold the breath for 12. Keep the face calm even though you're feeling tightness and tension in the body. Through the breath, through the locks. Exhale through the less active side. Release the locks now. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale through the less active side. 2, 3. Hold the breath. Chin on the chest. Keep the back straight. Try not to slouch forward. Exhale through the active side. Release the locks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continue on your own. Keep the rhythm steady. 3, 12, 6. Try to keep your mind always present. Just watching the space between the eyebrows at the seat of divine perception. If your mind wanders away, be unconcerned and unjudging. Just come back to your breath, to the exercise at hand. Remain undisturbed, unfazed, unjudging. Next time you breathe out of the active side, conclude. Sitting tall again, meditate upon birth and rebirth. What does it mean? What does it imply? Think about a seed that eventually becomes a bud when it comes out of the ground, that eventually blossoms into a beautiful flower. Transformation. Think about, reflect upon how the practice transforms you in your own life, your own experiences, your own perceptions of experiences. Think about how it has transformed your body and your own feeling or your own ability to exercise and observe the ethical rules and virtues such as compassion, love, truth, non-attachment, being non-stealing. And think about all that we can do or all we should strive to do in order to try to bring that transformation to a higher level, to a global, to a universal level. Though it seems like a great feat, maybe even impossible sometimes. As Mother Teresa says, we may see ourselves as a drop in the ocean, but without that drop, the ocean is still not quite the same, so every drop counts. still wouldn't be the same without our contributions. And the desire to make a difference and to transform is what we need in order to ignite everything, all these actions. So even having the desire is important. If you don't have the desire just yet, do karma yoga, selfless service, which will render your heart pure and make you grow that enthusiasm and that fire and that desire. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be receptive to the grace of God. All is within. Namaste.